People, I think, are very confused about what Buddhism is as a religion. And I think there's a genuine debate as to whether Buddhism is actually a religion in any sort of sense that we understand in the West. You can debate this, because Buddhism is also a philosophical outlook on the world. And to be a Buddhist means to accept certain basic ideas about the person and their relationship to what is. And basically what the Buddhist says, what the teaching of the Buddha is, as far as we understand the teaching of the Buddha, and scholars will debate about what the Buddha originally said, but certainly central to this is the denial of the human personality. There is no human being, there is no self. It's a religion of non-self. And this is an illusion that we think we are individuals, that we think we have a self. And as there is no self, there is this universe there is this impressions of a universe that we buy into. And this is false. And we've got to get beyond this. And there is no creator God in anything like a Judeo-Christian or Islamic sense of a creator God. There is no God that created the universe and everything comes into being because of this activity of God. There are gods. There are many gods, because gods are part of the wheel of creation, samsara. Gods are part of the progression. We can become gods. We can be reborn as a god. We can be reborn as a rat. We can go through all sorts of rebirths. So in the world that we experience, when we go about our daily lives, it may be useful to, if you're a Ceylonese Buddhist and you're planting rice, it may be useful to pray to the rat god that the rats won't eat your rice. But as a Buddhist, when you're actually going into Buddhism itself, if you want to take Buddhism seriously and you want to practice Buddhism, then you've got to say that these gods are no better off than we are. They're part of this wheel of existence that is illusory. And Buddhism itself is to get beyond that wheel of existence, to break the bonds of karma and not to be reborn. And what happens then? What's going to become of this thing that we think of as a person? And the Buddha's answer was, light a candle or light an oil lamp and blow out the flame. Where does the flame go when it's blown out? That's nirvana. This is the end of Buddhism. This is the goal. And we don't know what is beyond. We can't really talk about what is beyond. And if there are gods, and there are gods, if there is one God, and some Buddhists would say there could be one God, God is irrelevant for our ultimate liberation from this world. Gods may be there, but they are irrelevant, because the point of liberation is to be freed from the bonds of karma, to be freed from rebirth. And therefore, God can't do anything about this, because any gods that there are bound in the cycle of rebirth. They die and they are reborn. So God is unimportant in Buddhism.